thrilled here now to have Joe Kinsella. Joe Kinsella is the president of Tvsquared, and Tvsquared has been with us for many years supporting this event, and we're thrilled to have Joe here. Joe, I know you've got a session today on cross-platform TV and the power of the impression.
I do.
And that sounds fantastic. We're glad to have you. How are you doing?
Very well indeed. Thank you for having me. Great to see you.
Yeah, great to see you too. And you know, we go way back with a lot of the folks from your organization, specifically Jamie on your marketing team, who's been doing stuff with us over the years in different forms. So it's great to have you guys involved in this fashion. And I think you're going to be talking to us today about measurement and outcomes and audience and things like that, right?
I am indeed. I've got 10 minutes to get into it with you guys. So I'm excited.
Perfect. Well, that's perfect. Well, why don't you go ahead and pull up your presentation and we'll make sure everything looks okay. And then we'll kick it off and get you going.
Isn't this where the fun starts? Oh dear. All right.
Oh, no problem.
What can you guys see?
I see an amazing looking presentation, full screen, and I think you're ready to rock. And we see your lovely face. So,
okay, there you go. Boom.
Take it away, my dear.
It worked. All right. For those of you that don't know me, hi everybody. My name's Joe Kinsella, and I'm the president of Tvsquared. Thank you for joining us today, and thanks to Media Post for getting us together virtually. I know. We all wish that we were in Montauk. And you know what? Trust me, it'll be so much sweeter next year. We're super excited to spend the next 10 minutes unpacking the impression and how Advantage XP powers the TV ecosystem to deliver measurement, outcomes, and audience targeting at scale. So come on, let's get into it. We're Tvsquared. Tvsquared's Advantage XP platform is available today. You do not have to wait for this. It's being used all over the world as we speak. Being used extensively by MVPDs, advertisers, publishers, and DSPs. Our platform is built specifically for the impression. It's built for scale. We're processing billions of impressions a month right now, and the number is just going up and up and up. With TV habits evolving, we are allowing our advertisers to meet viewers right in that moment on any platform, on any device, anywhere in the world. So I like to say TV has been redefined. I think that's an understatement. I think you'll all agree with me. We've made 10 years of progress in 10 months of pandemic. And I think it's been redefined by the adoption of streaming. Viewer consumption has transformed TV advertising, and it's forced the industry to think differently. They've got to rethink how they deliver content, how they measure reach and frequency. We just heard the guys before this talking about it. How they figure out frequency caps, how they drive audiences and outcomes in this new age of TV advertising. At this point, I have to be honest with you, if you're not advertising on streaming, you're missing a significant portion of your audience. We've seen at Tvsquared a big uptick in the number of clients running streaming, with 25% growth already since Q4. We've also seen 37% increase in the average number of weekly CTV campaigns compared to Q4. And let me tell you, we're processing thousands right now per week. So worth just touching on the market factors. And I truly believe that you guys get this already, but it's worth spending a couple of minutes talking about what's driving TV's transformation and really the acceleration that we've seen. I think it's led most of us to realize that we just can't solve for today's challenges with old technology. Viewership has changed. Video is delivered and consumed over digitally enabled devices. I mean, think about it. The viewer experience is so fragmented, multi-platform, multi-app, content's being watched everywhere. Reaching your total audience has created a need for identity resolution. You know, think about if you want to serve up an addressable ad to be dynamically inserted to serve a specific individual in a household that previously responded. Like, that stuff sounds hard and complicated. We're here to try and make it much easier. There's a need for new currencies. I'm done beating the dead horse. Ratings don't cut it. GRPs aren't a thing anymore. In a cross-platform world, we need something that works across all forms of TV, period, that can be much more targeted. And who would believe it? The buy side and the sell side have the same needs. It's got to be real time. It's got to be accountable. It's got to be transparent insights that are actionable and inventory that can be optimized. And I think, you know, fair to say impressions are the new reality. There's been a lot of press over the last few weeks. Everybody's leaning into the impression. We need to measure total audience and enable advertisers to track the end-to-end customer journey with one-to-one deterministic data. Streaming has transformed television without a doubt. You only need to look at these stats. CTV is going to grow 40% this year, which is huge. So the race is on to get more inventory, all while broadcasters are launching new streaming services. We started with the Flixes, now we've got the Pluses, Discovery Plus, HBO, all right, a little bit different, Paramount Plus. But CTV is expected to see its highest growth in 2021. And I think greater targeting and incremental reach, you can see from the stats here, are absolutely the key drivers that are really pushing this forward. Buyers and sellers also recognize the need to prioritize data-driven TV advertising and measurement. It's the biggest priority for buyers. You can see on the slide here, the sell side's finally waking up. The recent deal between NBC and Charter represents a huge step forward in the commitment we're going to start to see from the sell side, just in terms of their ability to deliver addressable advertising to a larger footprint. I mean, we're talking about 45 million households, which is going to give advertisers a massive opportunity to reach their audience with more targeted advertising. And unless you were asleep yesterday, you would have also seen Nielsen selling its advanced TV unit to Roku. Big news, the race for addressable at scale across CTV and linear is 100% on. I think most of you have seen me present and on panels and know that I am truly passionate about building a marketplace where all sides of the trade win. So guess what? We've all got a role to play in this if we're to deliver on the promise of cross-platform. Whether it's solving for identity, whether it's scaling CTV campaigns, unlocking addressable inventory, optimizing in real time through programmatic, proof of performance, attribution for everyone, collaboration is something that I feel passionate about. And I think there has been no better time in this industry where we've had more positive and authentic business conversations as in the last 12 months. And I'm excited to see how this plays out in 2021. All right, so let's get into it. It brings me on to Advantage XP, the most advanced TV measurement platform in the world. Built on impressions for a converged TV world, we have integrated with more than 60 publishers, your biggest DSP partners, the MVPDs and the broadcasters, and we've talked to viewers, and we've got a lot of our brand direct advertisers cheering us on and using this platform in earnest today. Advantage XP is cross-channel, it's cross-platform, it's cross-screen, and our CTV household graph covers about 80 million US homes and about 150 million globally. That's a huge footprint right there. Layer this on top of the data we already have for linear, and we're the only platform doing IP-based deterministic measurement and outcomes across linear and CTV at this type of scale. So a couple of use cases to bring this to life. One of our clients is an entertainment brand, which launched, funnily enough, a CTV campaign to drive subscriptions to their streaming service. So super interesting case study. The advertiser leveraged programmatic buying for a heavily targeted CTV campaign. The advertiser started with 10 lookalike segments based on audience profiles they thought would work. They used XP to unlock new lookalike cohorts. Here's the golden nugget. They ended up shifting 60% of their impressions away from their initial target audiences to those that proved to be driving more subscription signups. And on top of the audience optimization, the advertiser ran over 100 creatives, which outstanding. Such a great example of how advertisers can test content and creative messaging and then optimize based on which message is resonating with the right audience. So the CTV campaign is going gangbusters. They're signing up thousands of subscriptions a month. They increased response by 50%. That is a number that should get everybody's attention. They ended up blowing past their streaming service subscription goals on launch day. They spent more. Let me say that again. They spent more. And they actually were able to drive down their cost per by over 30%. This right here is the future of TV. I would be remiss if I did not touch on a D2C brand, because as we know, they are the hellraisers of television, the digital natives that are teaching us all how it should be done. And another great example of a brand of ours using our XP platform, a D2C electronics brand, was going to go full on into streaming early last year. We got hit with the pandemic, so they held off. They started with a really modest campaign of tens of thousands. You don't need millions, people. You don't need millions. They increased it to hundreds of thousands. And by Q4, the same quarter, they were spending over $2 million. What's interesting in the makeup of their streaming inventory strategy is they started with Hulu. So they started with one streaming service, and then they added Discovery, Freewheel, NBCU, Samsung, Sling, Vizio. I mean, you've got every flavor that you can think of there. And by layering in these new pubs and optimizing impression delivery, they were able to increase household reach by 35% each month of the campaign. And I think the mix of streaming platforms here really speaks to the coverage and scale of Tvsquared's platform. We can measure it all. So in summary then, it's going to be a watershed year for TV as we solve for new currencies. Cross-platform TV measurement becomes the norm. Identity resolution, security, compliance, unique IDs, and advanced targeting that will unlock the opportunities afforded by addressability. We're going to see the rise of meaningful data so that people can really, really make the consumer happy, make the advertiser happy, and use advanced targeting as a way to reach audience first time and time again. Without a doubt, this is the most exciting time for TV, and together through collaboration, I think we can truly create a marketplace where all sides of the trade win. To finish off, TV is no longer about art. And if I was on stage in Montauk right now, people might start throwing things at me. Its success is surely now secured in science. So please come join us, measure TV, how people watch it. Email me. My email address is jo@tvsquared.com. And I'd love to show you the XP platform and talk a little bit more about how we can drive the future of TV advertising together. Thank you, guys. Media Post, back to you.
Thank you, Joe. Great job. Thank you so much. Fantastic stuff. And if you don't mind, Jeff, would you put your email address in to the chat box here so folks can get in touch with you?
Absolutely. I'm going to stop share and I'm just going to put it in right here and send it to panelists and attendees.
You got it. Fantastic. Thanks so much. And we appreciate your continued support. and your insights and all that. And yeah, someday we already have Montauk already on the schedule for October. Let's just hope it happens.
Oh, there you go. Sooner than we all thought. That's fantastic.
We hope. Thank you again, Joe. It was really great.
Awesome. Thank